In this lesson, I will talk about three special type of files: loading files, the not found files, and the error files. But before that, I want to show you something. There is a component called Suspense, which are typically used to show as a placeholder while a specific component is rendering. So we can pull this table into another component, and then we can try the Suspense, add a new component file. So inside the component folder, we will create a file which we will call this user table.tsx, and let's generate the component. And here I will bring this data. So let's cut this and put it here. We have to make this function asynchronous, and then let's also bring this interface here. Now let's also bring this table here. So we'll return the table, and we will simulate some delay to render this component. So let's first install the library npm I delay. Now it's installed, and let's delay it for some seconds. So let's add some delay. So await delay, and we will delay it 2 seconds. So 2000 milliseconds is equal to 2 seconds. Let's save this, and here we will use Suspense component from React, and we will put that user table here, user table, and in the Suspense component we will provide the fallback for this component, and here we will put a loading label. Let's save this and try to run this project. So npm run dev, and let's try to browse the project. So here you can see loading, and there comes the table. So this is one way to show loading UI, like using Suspense component. You can provide a custom component instead of any static HTML markup. So that was one way to show some loading UI. Now we can also add a loading file for the whole page when the whole page is being rendered. So suppose we will add a loading file for another page. So let's go to this folder and let's add the file, and the file should be named like loading, and then you can add extension like JS, JSX or TSX. So we will use TSX, and this will actually be shown when this page is loading. So for the whole page, this loading page will be shown. So let's add the markup, and let's call this another page loader. And here we will just output loading for now. You can add spinners, or you can add skeletons, which we will obviously talk about in the later lessons. So let's save this, and let's go to our project and go to another page. Did you notice that there was a loading? So if you go to another page, for a short period of time the loading page content was there. I think if we refresh, this is very fast, so can simulate and some delay. So let's simulate some delay. So await delay, and let's also add 2-second delay. We have to make this asynchronous, and let's save this and let's refresh this, and you can see loading level was for 2 seconds. So this is how you can actually handle the loading UI. Let's add a spinner from Daisy UI. So let's go to browser and go to the Daisy UI website, daisyui.com, and we will search for, so let's search for loading here, loading, and here you can see different component for loading. So we will use the simpler one. So let's go to JSX and we will use the medium MD one. So let's copy this and paste it here, and let's save this. Now remember, we have already installed the Daisy UI in our previous lesson, so I think it will be okay. So let's go to our project and refresh this, and you can see the loader, custom loader there. So if we try to visit some page that doesn't exist, so some page, we can see that this static 404 not found page, we can actually customize this page. We can add a specific not found page in the app folder. So let's create the file. So let's add this not found.tsx, and let's generate the markup RFCE, and we can see this not found page, and here we will show the user that this page doesn't exist. So let's save this and go to our project, and you can see now, and this is how we can add our custom not found page. Let's close all the files, and now I will talk about the error files. Now let's simulate an error. So let's go to the components and user table here. Now let's add some wrong URL for fetching the user, and let's save this and go to the browser. Now if you go to the home page, where we are showing the users, and here you can see this is not good to show the user. We can show them a custom error page, and that is how I will show you now in the app folder. So let's add a file, error.tsx, and generate the component, and let's name this component error page, and let's output that something went wrong, and let's save this and let's reload this, and our error file must be a client component. So let's add this here. So let's add use client, let's save this and go to the project again, and here you can see this is our global error page. I mean not global but app level error page. Now this error page will catch all the errors except this layout. If there's something goes wrong inside this component, this error page will not be able to catch the error. For that you will need to add another file which called global-error.tsx. You have to make this file to catch the errors for the layout page, but we don't need it because our layout is very much simple. But when you have very complex and large layout file, there might something goes wrong from time to time. You can keep this file, but we will delete this. Now to catch the exact errors, you can specify props interface. So interface props, and here there will be a property called error, which will be type of error, and inside the function we can add this error props, and then this. So let's save this and go to our browser, and let's open our console. If we reload, you can see which is the error. The original error, user.map is not a function because our users was undefined. Or you can log the error in some third-party logging library, but for this demo we are just logging it in the console. And that's it for this lesson. See you in the next lesson.